You get what you tolerate. It ain't what you preach, it's what you tolerate. So here's the deal. Everyone get a clean sheet of paper out, okay? In leadership, you got to put values, purpose, and pinnacle in place. You got to know the flight path, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. You got to give them a playbook. You got to give them KPIs. You have to have them to understand that if they have a misbehavior, is it aligned to those things, yes or no? And you have to have dialogues and conversation. And then eventually, here's what it becomes. You guys ready for this? Tell me when you're ready to write. You get what you tolerate. It ain't what you preach, it's what you tolerate. If somebody keeps pissing in the corner, and I've been allowing it for 5 years without any consequences, guess what they're going to do next week? The same. Does that make sense? If he doesn't understand something, what's the source code of that? What's the root of that? You have two choices. You can accept accountability or you can keep blaming. Now let's just take a vote in the room, okay? As a leader, I can take accountability and fix the problem, or I can keep blaming. Those are your only two choices with humans. I don't care if it's your wife, your kid, your dog, your employee, your boss, your partner, whatever. You can take accountability and work to solve the problem, or you can keep on blaming. Guys, do you realize those are your two choices as a leader? Or, you know, I lied. There is one little third thing. You can start to sabotage it. So you can be a hero, you can be a victim, or you can be a villain. These are three legitimate identity mindsets that you can grab or obtain in these types of moments. And we can keep projecting they didn't, and he, she, they, and that is an absolute avoidance of accountability. Whenever I say he, she, they, I'm locus of control external. I'm blaming outer circumstances for the circumstances I'm allowing and perpetuating. This is what's happening, and it's happening underneath the surface, and I'm not beating you up. Every human on the planet has this problem until you start to learn about the problem, and you're like, holy crap, I'm the one allowing it. And I'm going to bring it right back to the dog. If you continue to allow the dog to shit inside the house, guess what the dog's going to do tomorrow? Magically, it will do the same, because you trained it.
But what am I allowing him to do here?
To do what you don't want them to do. I don't care if it's about a change order. I don't care if it's about a contract. I don't care if it's about concrete. I don't care if it's about service, electrical, plumbing, pipe, metal, drywall, paint, whatever. Whatever the thing is, guys, it's going to be the same framework. When you have something that you don't like, you have two choices. You have to show him how to do what you see he is supposed to be doing. And then if he does not do it, sir, you have to eventually pull him off the field. Let me change the frame for you. I have a quarterback that's supposed to throw a ball in a manner in which receivers can catch it. I first have to make sure I've selected the correct qualified quarterback. Maybe that right there is the first problem. Then I have to train that quarterback. I have to give him playbooks. I have to practice with him. I have to coach him, teach him over and over and over again to make sure, because I'm a coach, it's my job that he's quarterbacking correctly. You guys know that in sporting, there is no sports team out there in the history of sports, in any type or different sports, where there is no coaches. The coaches are there to do what? You're not going to believe it.
Coach.
Bingo. We have to do the same thing in our organization. So if we don't have the right quarterback, and if we're not coaching the quarterback over and over again, then we already screwed up. The first two things are our problem. The third thing, if we're still allowing the incapable quarterback to touch the ball, throw the ball, and be on the field, it's still, unfortunately, and fortunately, comes back to me. Get the player off the field. If he's doing something in a realm that's beyond his capacity, remove him from the capacity. Or teach him the capacity. If you don't know if the quarterback is throwing the ball correctly or not, then you might be in the wrong position. Then maybe it goes to you've got a coach trying to coach a quarterback. You're the general manager, you're the owner of the team. If he doesn't know if that's a quarterback or a defensive end, then you need to pull him off the field and say, yo, I need to teach you how to tell the difference between right and wrong. It's still going to be a leadership diagnostic and solution. I don't care what the problem is. Okay? Does that make sense? Yeah. Or we could sit here for 9 hours and blame, what's his face? What's his name? I told you guys months and months and months ago, you have two choices with start leading him properly or let him go.
That's what
Thank you. Now we're moving in the right direction. So here becomes the simple question. I want you guys all to learn through this, okay? Have you led him properly 110%, yes or no? Then we can just close the door and either own that, or for the love of God, let him go find leaders that will lead him properly. And be a good human. If you're not going to be a good human to him, then let him go find a good human to lead him. He doesn't want to be an owner. He doesn't want to think like an owner. He doesn't want to make big-ass risky decisions like an owner, so stop asking him to do so without a framework and a playbook and a structure. If he wanted to do that and knew how to do that, he would be your competitor. So what do you love him for? What does he do that you love? Then put him in a black and white position and stop asking him to be a purple unicorn. Can we do that? Can we all do that? Does that make sense? Who just learned a whole boatload about leadership right now? Raise your hand. Yes. Boom. Let's go, baby. Dude, there's really something about leadership. I love it and hate it all in the same time. Because every problem is mine, but every opportunity is also mine. Remember I told you guys that first thing this morning. What's our job as leaders? Fix all the problems. And we got to let go of why they got there. And here's the deal in our companies. We created 90, maybe 99.9% of the problems. We're the source of all the problems. We're also the source of potential solutions, okay? So that's the talent assessment chart. You guys got to have conversations. You also got to be more grateful, and you got to stop expecting. Here's another thing I like to say. Everyone pay attention and get a clean sheet of paper. Write this down. How much time do you spend expecting versus coaching? That's going to be another area you can find a bunch of your problems.
What versus coaching?
How much time do you spend expecting versus coaching? So then you'll roll in to, what a coincidence. Blue collar king coaching tactics. Son of a biscuit. Can't you just fix all of those people for me, Matt? I just want you to fix it. No. The truth about leadership. Look at that. Stop telling people what to do. The 4 mandatory components, okay? Set these up first. I'm not going to walk through. You guys have this. You're going to get a capture card. You guys are going to print out this coaching tactics playbook. You're going to print it out and you're going to read it every day until you know how to do it. And if you don't know how to do it and you stumble or fall or get confused or stuck or whatever, that's why we have Zoom calls twice a month. That's why we talk to each other on Circle. You're going to say, hey, I did this and it didn't work. But if you guys aren't asking me questions around these playbooks, here's another thing I know if you guys are using the playbooks or the tools or not. One of two things are going to happen. You're going to start growing your organization and your financial reports are going to look better, or you're going to come to me with a lot of questions. If I've got neither coming back from you guys, I know you're not getting into the trenches and learning the tools, trying the tools, testing the tools. Because if you jump into the octagon, you're going to get punched and you're going to get hurt, and then you're going to come back to your sensei and go, that hurt, ouch, what did I do wrong? And not a lot of folks are talking about some of this stuff. You guys come with the same surface level complaints. I'm going to challenge you guys to get into the octagon and start to practice the core values and learn the core values and master the core values and learn the big ass scoreboards and use them and get in front of your people and start having coaching conversations.